And I rate the chance of a nuclear war in my lifetime as being fairly low. I rate the chance of a widespread epidemic far worse than Ebola in my lifetime is well over 50%. If we look at the 20th century and we look at the death chart of the 20th century, I think everybody would say, oh yeah, there must be a spike for World War I. Sure enough, there it is, like 25 million. And there must be a big spike for World War II, and there it is, it's like 65 million. But then you'll see this other spike that is as large as World War II right after World War I. And most people, a lot of people would say, well, what? What was that? There's two kinds of flus. There's flus that spread between humans very effectively, and there's flus that kill lots of people. And those two properties have only been combined into a widespread flu once in history. Well, that is Spanish flu. We have no idea where it came from. It's called the Spanish flu because the Spanish press was the freest. They were the first to talk openly about it. And so in the annals of epidemic history, that's the big event.
So Bill Gates had pretty much predicted the pandemic that we are about to enter now, which is just in the earliest stages. It's estimated that now there's more than 500,000 people infected with the coronavirus in China. But this is a grain of salt compared to what we will see in the coming months, in the coming weeks, in the coming months. There is no end in sight for this pandemic. Bill Gates, in fact, has done a computer simulation with several partners in 2019. And he came up with a very high number of deaths. This was predictable, and this is about to happen roughly 100 years after the first big pandemic, the one of 1918.
And it's very natural, if you have a group like that, to say, hey, look at something like a Spanish flu in the modern day. Health systems are far better. And so you think, hey, that wouldn't be very bad. Well, we tried it, and there are some assumptions we had to make. But what we showed is that the force of infection because of modern transport, which compared to 1918 is over 50 times as great. And so if you get something like the flu, and you look at that map of how within days it's basically in all urban centers of the entire globe, that is very eye-opening. That didn't happen with Spanish flu in the past. The opportunity to do more than just let it run its course.
So when I realized that the coronavirus had twice the transmission rate of Spanish flu, and roughly the same case mortality rate of about 2%, I made a commitment to warn everybody of a potential pandemic that is coming. And there is nothing crazy about this. This has happened once, and it will happen again. And it seems that the again is now. So we all need to be prepared. We need to buy masks. We need to have sanitizer. We need to prepare for a pandemic in the same serious way that we prepare for war. And I'm not the one who made this up. This is what Bill Gates said. So look, I will come back with an update tomorrow. I have the French language update that I do during the day, and then I will make the English language update in the evening after the release of the fake numbers, that they usually release the fake numbers at about 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's when I work on the English language update. So stay tuned, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel for to be notified of my videos.